Hello and welcome to another update on the Newberg real estate market. I'm Steve Thoele, principal broker with Premier Property Group, and this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, May 21st. So I'm going to share my screen here now and go through the info with you. So we'll first off start looking at active listing activity. This last week in Newberg, I showed we had 14 new properties come on the market. You can kind of see how that compares to weeks prior. We had a low of 6 and a high of 18. So we're kind of towards the upper end of that range on a weekly basis. You can see that the total number of active listings has been on the rise a bit over the past month. We had a low of 60 8 weeks back. And then it's been from there, it's been kind of in the 70s. Well, I guess we had a 68 here thrown in there, but you kind of see it's creeped up a little bit. So this last week we came in at 78 properties listed active on the market in Newberg right now. And the median price and days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see we had a low of 527, high of 545, and that actually was the same as this last week, came in at 545 as well. And the days on market been a bit up and down, as you can kind of see, but we had a low of 23, high of 46. This last week came in just under that at 45 days of average market time for these most recent 78 homes that are on the market right now in Newberg. Moving along to pending sales. So this last week I showed we had 10 properties go pending in Newberg. And again, kind of in the middle of the range, had a low of 5, high of 13 on a weekly basis. And the total number of pendings has not really moved a whole lot, as you can kind of see. We started at 50 and kind of ended close to 50 as well. So we had a high of 51, low of 43 on a weekly basis. And the median price days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see that's been, in general, been kind of coming down on both measures here. We had a high of 550 median price about 7 weeks back. And this last week, it's been came in at 504,000. So it's been bouncing up and down around the 500,000 mark here over the past month. And then days on market, you can kind of see we had a high of 36 days, 8 weeks back, got cleared down to 7 here closer to about a month ago. It's been tracking right around 2 weeks of market time over this past month or so now, 14 days for these most recent 51 homes that are pending. And then lastly here, we'll look at sold listing activities. So as of the time I put this together, showed we only had one closing last week in Newberg. That very well could get adjusted up here over this next week. But as of now, that's all I show for the week. So quite a obviously a low for the past 8 weeks in terms of new closings. Week before that, we had 10 and a high of 18 here about 5 weeks back. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis, this last week it dropped clear down to 32 because of this, low week here. But it's been, lower on the lower side here over this past couple weeks as well. The median sold price days on market for the sold listings, because he's been holding very steady over this past month now, right at 500,000 for the median sale price. And then days on market, after being in the 30s here to begin with, it's dropped clear down to 6, and it's remained there for the past month now. So 6 days of average market time for the homes that have sold over this, past 4 weeks here now. So just goes to show you that, homes have been continuing to sell on average very quickly in Newberg as they've been coming on the market. And we'll see if that continues, but it's been very quick turnaround for most sales. Last thing we'll look at is the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. Red bars is that weeks of inventory number. So you can kind of see we got it close to 10 weeks of inventory here to earlier in the period, dropped down a bit into the about 6 weeks of inventory, 6 to 7 weeks of inventory. This last week did bump up again to close to about 10 weeks of inventory because of that, drop off and then our closings that we had. But 10 weeks is, still only about, 2.5 months worth of inventory, which is still very much a kind of a seller's market environment, which is where we certainly remain right now in Newberg. The sale price as a percent of the original list price has been coming up quite a bit. If you remember back here, there was some listings earlier on here that was really dragging this average down. But as those have dropped off, you can kind of see things have really kind of increased. And we're basically, as of this last week, close to just about full asking price on average for homes that have been closing in Newberg over the last month now. So So very strong market continues, and we just continue to have limited supply, and demand is still out there to buy homes, even with the higher elevated interest rates that we are still kind of working our way through. So hope that update was helpful as always. If I can answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone and email address are down below the video in the description. So feel free to send me a call, send me a text, or send me an email. I'd be happy to respond. And as always, if I can be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And then as always, I really appreciate any likes, comments, and shares that you have on this video. If you already haven't subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do that. And hope to see you on the next video. Have a great week, and we will see you on the next one.